Hey, what's up? Tim Cant here, and in this video we're going to be doing a track breakdown, and this track is Special Circumstances, Archipelago. Special Circumstances is me and my buddy Al, who does sound design and stuff under the name Arc Noise, so you might have seen his name around on some presets and bits and bobs like that. And we decided to do a track, like an atmospheric sort of D&B EP together, which is out now on Omni Music. Check out the link in the description. And so I do a bit of sound design as well. And considering we're two sound designers, we basically didn't do any sound design for this because we just wanted to have fun. And in fact, for Al had a kind of conceptual idea for this tune, and he was like, "Why don't we call it Archipelago?" If you don't know what an archipelago is, it's just like a bunch of like little islands that are in a group together. So I believe like Japan is technically an archipelago. Anyway, he was like, "Why don't we do a conceptual tune about the idea of an archipelago?" And so it has all different little bits or something, like a bit where you have like, you know, different breakbeats playing over different number bars. And I was like, wow, this sounds like a real hassle, but whatever, just whatever gets us in the studio, basically. So the first part of this tune we made was this section here. And as you can see, we've got a bunch of different breakbeats here. In fact, I'll just play it so you get an idea of what's going on. Okay, fab. So what's going on here is we've got kind of like our main little breakbeat here, which is calling the gang NT. That's been chopped up and stuff. And then it switches, and every other bar it switches up to a different breakbeat. I don't know what this one's called, so it's just labelled breakbeat. What a lovely little breakbeat. Then we've got some think action, which is kind of sounding a little bit more crusty than the others, I guess. And then we've got James Brown, Cold Sweat, aka Scotty. So there's just like lots of nice little chops and stuff going on here. So, you know, some, you know, cutting stuff out, reversing it, whatever. It's getting a little groove going, and then we've got some rides on the top of that. So this is that Roughage Crew breakbeat that I don't know the name of, but it's pretty nice. And then what have we got here in musical terms? We've just got a Triton pad, Dolphin Ride. I'm sure I've used that one a few times, and this is just playing like a G minor 9, I believe. Yes, that sounds nice. You know I love Vox pads. That is no secret at this stage. And then we've got some other bits and bobs. We've got some little Rhodes licks. Really nothing too simple. What do I make that with? Stage 73. Oh, it's Arturia. And then we've got to like a little vibes thing. That's just a simple vibe sound off the Triton. What patch is this? It's vibraphone. And then we've got some, like, you know, little bit of kind of, you know, saturation, really, from this, and some EQ as well on the side EQ from Sound Toys. They've got Autopan just doing like the tremolo stuff and everything. We got some reverb. RC, we got RC retro color on here. What's this doing? It's doing some vinyl. We've tweaked the preset there. Blah blah blah. EQ, you know, all of that stuff. Whatever. Then what we've got here? Ocean Wave. Is this going to be some waves? Yes, it is. Very nice. What else? That's some kind of washy, delicate white noise sort of impacts. And then Robin, this is no doubt from my Bird Songs double CD I got from a charity shop or whatever. So, you know, it's not all off splice. And then what else? And then we've got some bass. So what have we got here? We've got an 808. Chalky's S950-808. This is from a very old Aqua Sky sample pack. I think I talked about it before. And look, this has got some... Look, Punish is on in the Decapitator, making this a rough and ready bass sound. We've also got saturation here, but this switches up to a Reese. Let's have a look at the Reese. Yes, it's just two detuned sawtooth oscillators in Serum, just making a real, and they're low pass. They're making a classic Reese sound. Pretty authentic old school Reese. So all of that added together makes this kind of section or whatever. So this is the first bit we made. Let's have another listen to it. So you get the idea. So it's very delicate, whatever, and it switches up a lot. And when we kind of made this, I was like to Al, look, buddy, this is very pretty and everything, but we can't like drop into this. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, it doesn't sound like a drop. We're going to need a section where the tune, I feel like the easiest thing to do to actually finish this tune is to just like have a proper drop with just like a big breakbeat and stuff and everything. So, you know, we can have it feel like it's drum and bass basically or whatever. And after some arm twisting, I kind of got him to agree to that. So then we made this section here, which is kind of like the main drop bit. And here we'd still have the NT breakbeat, but the main breakbeat in this section is Vibret's Humpty Dump. You might know it as the Two Bad Mice. Oh my God, I've forgotten the name of the tune. This is outrageous. Hold It Down. Two Bad Mice, Hold It Down. Break sort of thing. Let's have a listen. And this is a lovely version of Vibret's Humpty Dump of Jungle Frenzy sample CD. So let's hear how that sounds. And also we got some one shots. We've got like a kick and a snare one shot. In fact, let's listen to those individually. You know, pretty straightforward, nothing too crazy, but hopefully the context. Oh, we've got a Plastic Jam fill here, actually. Let's listen to that. It's Plastic Jam, guys. Don't know what to tell you. Okay, let's listen to this break. So there you go. It's just 8 bars with a little fill at the end. You know, not too crazy, but the break sounds nice, and that's the important thing. So then we have the pad, and then what's this other pad? Oh my goodness. Is it? Yes, it is. It's Spaced Vox. What a gorgeous pad sound. And how's it sound in context? Oh, heck yeah. Just lovely, lovely pads. You can't go wrong with Spaced Vox. And then what's this? This is EP Stab. So this is a chord, like a Rhodesy chord sample made with Lounge Lizard 4. We can see here. In fact, let's play this without any. So I think this already had some processing on it as well when we made it. Yeah, you can hear. I think that's some RC20. With a vinyl preset, and you can hear the vinyl crackle coming off that. And it's pretty full on, the vinyl crackle, but you know, I could have toned it down. But we didn't. So then we have some Decimal 950. What's the effects track doing? Chorus, I would imagine. Yep, analog chorus from the Sound Toys. Then a bit more Psyche. Then a bit of delay on there. And what's it give us? It gives us a kind of old school Rhodesy stab. Just playing a couple of notes there, nothing too mad. And then what else have we got in this section? Oh, we got some nice wah guitars. Let's have a listen. Very nice mid-90s vibes. Heck yeah. Lovely, lovely stuff. So that's kind of like the main section of the track. And And then, so, you know, we needed a breakdown to get into this section. So here, you know, we've got pads and stuff. We've got the main pads or whatever. Then we've got this shimmer thing, whatever this is. It's a tiny little bell. Bell oscillations? I mean, it's pretty subtle, but very nice. Yeah. Creating a vibe with that one. And then, under that, what we have here is the vocoder stuff, right? So, if you don't know, a vocoder needs 2 inputs. It needs the carrier, which in a typical scenario would be your voice. And then it has the modulator, which in a typical scenario would be some kind of synth sound. And that's how you make a robot voice. But we're not using the human voice in this case. We're using a breakbeat. Is this going to be... I'll bypass the vocoder and hear what... And all the effects, in fact. And hear what this sounds like, this break we're using. It's just Humpty Dump, okay. So then if we put the vocoder on, so the vocoder is getting played through, the breakbeat's getting played through the vocoder, and it's getting filtered by the input from the modulator. So the modulator is just sawtooth waves in serum with a modulated filter cutoff, and also put some delay on there, weirdly enough. And so what happens when we both input both of these to the vocoder? Let's listen. So as you can see, we're modulating the bandwidth, the release, and a high-pass filter frequency cutoff here. So the sound's evolving. So, you know, got a bit of a ramp on here. And then we have that cool little modulating the release up, which kind of like opens the sound up, basically. So that's pretty cool. You know, I really like the sound of it. Vocoded breakbeats. I mean, since back in the days of Appaloosa, traveling off Earth Volume 1, I've always loved vocoded breakbeats. Oh, and I should say, actually, Blame Overhead Projections, I think I would have heard first. I think that came out first. So, yeah, gotta love vocoded breakbeats. But this on its own would have been a little bit boring. So we decided to go new age with it. And let me see if I can find this. Where's the... Okay, here we go. Flute. Coming out of the Korg Wave State Tea Ceremony preset. The thing about the Korg Wave State is I find it a little bit impenetrable because I've never bothered to read the manual. So I don't really know how to tweak stuff that much in it. So we kind of had this kind of wild preset that I don't think we even tweaked that much. Oh, well, there's a star there, so we must have done something. But anyway, let me just play you this this flute patch over the top of the other stuff. And there you go. So we've got a bit of juxtaposition there between the kind of new age soundy breakdown or whatever, and then just going into some, you know, relatively rugged drums. I mean, I guess that's the whole kind of that's a whole kind of atmospheric D&B thing, whatever. So there you go, and that's basically it. I mean, let's have another look at the arrangements, see if there's anything interesting going on. Not really. It's just a beat intro. Oh, what's this? Oh, we got some. You know, we got the electric piano stabs coming in, then some wahs. Nothing too nutso. And then what's this? some whooshy airplane noises, that sort of stuff, or whatever. We've seen the bass, we've seen the breakdown, we've seen the drop, we've seen the bridge. So this section ended up becoming a bridge. And, you know, normally I don't really put like kind of like a dedicated bridge section in the tune, but, you know, this worked kind of nice. This bit, yeah. And then it goes into, oh yeah, then there's this bit, which is like full on breakdown with some lovely percussion noises. I really like these sounds. So this is just some percussion noises coming off a computer music drum and bass sample library from back in the day. And it's got a nice bit of bright delayed synth space from Pro R in there. It's making it sound atmospheric nice. Let's just have a listen to it on its own. I like this bit. That is nice. So yeah, and then so we've had that breakdown, and then I guess we just go straight into an, oh no, then we have, so we've really got, so we've got, right, so we've got like 16 bars of bridge. Then we've got 16 bars of breakdown. They've got another 16 bars of this build-up breakdown. It's like a pre-chorus, I guess you could say. And into the drop. So that's a pretty big breakdown. And then it's just all the same stuff you've heard before, really. And it goes on for 16 minutes and 14 and a half seconds there. So there you go, guys. Special Circumstances Archipelago. It's an EP of 3 tracks. There's a couple of other goodies on there for you to check out. All pretty similar atmospheric drum and bass tunes. Thank you so much to Omni Music for putting it out. Big up Eschaton. And hey, thanks for watching. And yeah, take it easy. Look after yourselves. And I'll see you real soon. See you later. Bye.